Hey everyone, grab your tea and relax. If you have never seen me before and you have no idea who I am, my name is Tavala and I usually make vlogs in order to share my journey through medicine with you guys. I'm a junior doctor working in London and unfortunately studying has not stopped for us. Part of my requirement for this training year is to pass this course called Advanced Life Support. ALS is a 2-day course that covers a number of essential skills in resuscitation, including delivering adult CPR, recognition and management of the deteriorating patient, as well as working together in a team during emergency situations. I booked this course all the way back in December and I had to pay something around £500 for it. Don't worry, we get this money back. And what I heard from my colleagues is that they send us a really thick booklet that we have to read in advance, and during this 2-day course there's going to be an assessment at the end of it. During this assessment they'll be testing us on the skills that we've developed, and it's really important that we've read this booklet beforehand because a lot of the information that you need to know is in that booklet. So when I contacted the course all the way back in December, I said to them, I have dyslexia, is it possible that I can get the book a bit sooner? So I have a bit more time to read and process information because I'm a bit slow with that sort of thing. My course is at the end of February. They told me that they'll send it out in January, but I wasn't given some sort of a date. So in January they emailed to say, we have sent out the booklet, it's with Royal Mail, it will be with you guys soon, but it's up to us to track and trace all of that. I've been waiting around for the last week or so for this booklet to come through, but there's been no sign of it. I've checked with Royal Mail, they're just like, oh, the tracking number isn't working, I'm not too sure what's going on. And then eventually I contacted the course to say, actually, can I just physically come in and get this booklet, because we don't really know what's happening with Royal Mail. They're having some issues at the moment with delivery, which the course is aware of. So today is my day off. I'm on annual leave for 1 day. It's been snowing throughout the night and also this morning, and my brother was kind enough to drop me off to the hospital in order to pick up this booklet. I tried to throw a snowball at my brother this morning. It wasn't even like a proper snowball, it was just like a bit of snow, and I was just like, eh. And he was just like, if you do that again, I'm not driving you. The conclusion of what I'm saying is we did not have a snowball fight. To be honest, that was probably better for me because all the times I've ever had snowball fights, I've got murked. Anyhow, I thought I would vlog my experience preparing for this course, and hopefully by the end of this video, I will have passed the course and will be competent in advanced life support. I will share with you my study methods and how as a doctor, I will be revising for this. Obviously, I'm very busy working in the pandemic, trying to save people who have COVID and other conditions as well.
But trying to stay sane, make sure my health is good as well.
In other words, I'm going to try and stay as efficient with the revision for this as possible. Hopefully along the way you'll pick up a lesson or two. I am about to start a study with me live video on my YouTube channel, which I need to log on to and actually stream for you guys. So I've got all my equipment here. I'm still using this free app called eCam in order to stream because I don't want to pay. Now let's stream with the good stuff. Got my iPad here, my booklet, my laptop, my microphone stuff, a book stand and some tea. Another thing that I'm doing that's new this time is, normally when I do Pomodoro study sessions, I do 25 minutes, 5 minutes break. However, I have felt that in the 5-minute breaks, I'm not really able to do anything meaningful. There's some evidence to suggest that when you are interrupted by something, could be anything, it takes on average 11 minutes for you to regain that focus that you had before. So if you imagine 25-minute sessions, it takes 11 minutes to sort of settle in. And then how many minutes are you actually really studying for before you are interrupted by your timer that tells you you have to have a 5-minute, probably unmeaningful break. So the plan today is to study for 45 minutes and have 15 minutes of a break. I'll see what I feel like. I really want to do some photo editing on my day off. My Instagram, I haven't really been posting on. I think I've posted like 2 photos in the last week and a half or so. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, I've just taken the thumbnail. It should be going live. Okay, in exactly 1 minute, 6 seconds. Hey everyone! How are you all doing? Grab your tea and relax. Let's just like my own video. Sometimes you just gotta like your own stuff to get it going. I will be taking any questions in 45 minutes. So if you have any questions, just post it here. And now we are going to start. I have just hit the timer. For 45 minutes, I'm going to take my headphones off What I'm going to do is go through each chapter. On my iPad here, I'm going to start making small mind maps summarizing each chapter. I'm a very visual learner, so for me, my notes require a lot of color and just like diagrams that really just say the point, but we'll see how it goes. I'll screen record on my iPad for you, but you guys can pick up a thing or two. I'll be keen to know how you guys revise and also what you think of my study method. Before I even begin making my notes, what really helps me is break up the content into bite-sized chunks that I can digest. When I look at a book like this, it is so thick with a double C. It's kind of intimidating, so what I'm going to do is just sort of look at the main topics in order for my brain to sort of process this and think, oh, I can do this. I have written down anything that I looked at and thought, oh, I don't know what this is, but this looks important and I want to know more about it. I might never look at this list again, but for the simple fact that I've written these things down, my mind will have just picked something up. And so when I go back through this book, then I'm going through the topics a bit more diligently. When I come across these things that I've written down, it will sort of trigger some kind of a reaction in my brain that will help me to memorize whatever I'm learning a little bit better, and also it will make me stay attentive. What I'm going to do now is start going through the booklet. There wasn't too much substance that I took away that I felt I needed to make notes on, but I like to make small diagrams like that to make my point. For example, this means that a quarter of cardiac causes of cardiac arrest is shockable rhythm, and the other 3/4 is non-shockable rhythm, and I've given examples of those. What I really like about this booklet is that it has a lot of pictures and diagrams that are very easy to read and understand. Having said that, there are some parts of it that look very text heavy and therefore very intimidating. I think it's a good balance because not everybody just learns through pictures and diagrams. Vlogging during my breaks is pretty much how I managed to get through my summer revision. I know there were so many of you guys saying things like, you should stop doing YouTube, you should just put your head down and study and only study and study more. And I don't think that's particularly healthy. I think it's very important that we have hobbies and things that give us purpose, enjoyment, meaning. What keeps you on pushing not to stop doing a vlog despite all the busy schedule? That's a very interesting question, because people say to me, if you're very busy with work, maybe you should cut down on YouTube. And this is how I see YouTube and me actually creating and hitting the record button on the camera. It's that I have thoughts. I might sit down with my brother and tell him these thoughts. How's that different from turning on the camera? You know, it's about also documenting my journey, and I know that in a few years' time I'll look back and be like, oh, you know what, I'm glad I documented that part of my life. I remember it. And also, if there's somebody out there who may benefit from one thing that I say or show, then, you know, that would just make me feel really good. And I'm all for helping you guys along the way. I know that when I was in my medical journey, especially in the clinical years, I didn't really know what to expect, and I would have wanted to see a bit more on the internet from people that I could relate to. Hopefully there's somebody out there who might watch my videos, my vlogs, hear me out, and in some way it might be helpful. So at this point, I'm just having like a mini Q&A with my friends on my YouTube channel, and this is in the form of a live stream and making use of the YouTube live chat feature. How do you remain consistent in anything? I guess if I have a passion for something, then I'll keep coming back to it and doing that thing, whatever it is. That's one way to stay consistent. Enjoy what you do. What A levels did I do? I did physics, chemistry, biology, economics. Physics, chemistry, biology, economics. There's one more. Physics, maths. Maths was the 5th one. How do you remain calm when there is so much pressure and expectations? It comes from a place where I once struggled to remain calm through all situations. Over the last few years, I've worked very hard to just remain calm in a stable manner. I don't feel like there's so much pressure and expectations in my life. My family and my close friends are very supportive of whatever it is that I want to do, and I feel like I've been raised in a way to make decisions that are rational and are thoughtful. From that perspective, I don't really have expectations that I feel like I have to live up to. In terms of pressure, again, I just don't feel like I have that as an issue in my life right now. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I asked a YouTuber that one, and the response I got scared me. I finished chapter 2 of this book, which is about non-technical skills in resuscitation, which I think was an interesting read. I've made some notes on it. At the moment, my notes are lacking colour, and I know that if I look back at these notes, I'm gonna find it kind of boring. It looks kind of wordy. I'm going to start highlighting these notes. What I'll also be doing whilst doing this is looking back at the other notes that I've made and reminding myself and refreshing my knowledge. During my break, I love to stay hydrated, but I'm also addicted to this milkshake and these snacks I am so addicted to. There's this protein one, and then there's this one as well, which is like orange chocolate flavored. I posted a comment on Matt Diavella, am I saying it right, on his channel yesterday. Essentially, he was talking about how the YouTube studio can be quite toxic, which I absolutely agree with. These days my channel hasn't been doing great, and so even when I make a banger of a video, it will still not do as well as other videos that I've made in the past. If I use that metric to validate my hard work and also my newer content, then that can be quite dangerous. It can make me feel quite bad about my work or make me feel as though I'm not good enough. So there were some people saying that they're quite obsessive about checking the metrics and it's not doing so well for their mental health. So I left this comment. Let's look through these pictures and find something for the gram. This picture, I thought it's super cute because my mom's packed me lunch, and she literally packed my favorites. She packs me like a sandwich burger, which is like high protein. Also a brunch bar, banana, and there was one more thing. Oh, the strawberry milkshake that I showed you guys earlier. Let me stop and tell me that my heart won't beat again, beat again. The next chapter is recognizing deterioration and preventing cardiorespiratory arrest. I think I'll do one more chapter before the end of my live session. We shall start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've decided against the third cycle of Study With Me Live, and the reason is the sun is about to go down and I just really want to go for a walk, stretch my legs, get a bit of exercise in. I've been obviously working at the hospital, and at the time that I get to work and by the time that I leave, I never really see the sun. So I think it's important that on my days off I do some essential activities within the limits of what we can do during this lockdown down here in London. Another thing I wanted to say is I am very much introverted. Even though I'm like sitting by myself and studying and chatting on the internet, that is still social interaction, and my way of recharging is just being alone. I just want to be in my thoughts and clear my head and just reset in that manner. And the way that I do this is taking a walk, and it's on my way to the shops and doing my essential shopping for the house whilst getting some mindfulness in. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually getting a little bit of PTSD being back in this little local park. Ooh, whoa. If you guys remember the last vlog, I got bitten by a dog when I came here. I'm pretty sure that dog went for my leg, but because I had a really long scarf as well as a long coat on, it ended up biting my jacket. There were 2 dogs and the owners just brushed it off. They didn't even care that their dogs full on attacked me, and one of them could have actually been potentially harmful. And because I was on my own and the owners didn't seem particularly reasonable. I just didn't challenge them. It was like 4 vicious things against me, and despite that experience, I'm back for my weekly or so mindful meditation and walk. It's just me chilling with my 2 friends. Okay, it's time for me to go. You can let go of me. I am back and on time for some bhajia. Thankfully I didn't get attacked by any dogs or the female equivalent. Now that I'm done eating with my mouth open, I'm going to take my earrings off. I'm going to get changed into some pajamas and go to my bed where I'm going to continue studying. Personally, I get really bored if I just sat in the same place. If you guys have been following my vlogs from last summer, you would know that that sort of thing is not for me. Before the lockdown, I was the type of person to go to different parts of the library and study, go to different cafes and study, and studying from home was like a big thing for me. And I thought to myself, okay, I never want to have to study from home again. But a year later, here we are. Let me start again. Hooray! That's not even my xylophone, that's my pet xylophone. These are the only 2 Kinder chocolates left in the house. I should really keep that half for my brother. Okay guys, looks like it's dark outside and it's time to take a nap. Remember the way you made me feel, such young love, but something in me knew that it was real. Frozen in my head, pictures are living through for now, trying to remember all the good times. Our life was cutting through so loud, memories are playing in my dumb mind. I have a change of plan. I was going to continue studying, but I really don't feel like it, and that's acceptable. I went through 3 of 17 chapters today. If I do say 2 chapters every day for the next week, that should prepare me adequately for the ALS course. The type of revision I would have done say 2 years ago would have been, okay, I've got my hands on this booklet, I'm going to cram and revise as much as I can. Or I do the opposite, where I'll leave the revision till the day before, a couple of days before the course or session, and I'll remember everything during the course or session, but then give it, you know, a couple of weeks and I would have forgotten a lot of what I had learned and my retention just wouldn't be so great. However, last summer what I learned during the retake and the summer exam is that cramming doesn't work for medicine, or rather it may work, but it's not ideal for a profession where you need to retain the information that you have learnt. I feel that pacing myself in this manner, doing 1 or 2 chapters a day for the next 1.5 weeks or so, that would be a lot better for me in terms of retention. My intention over the next couple of weeks is to also be going over the other notes that I have made, so that there's some spaced repetition going on, and you know, the forgetting curve, we're not forgetting anything. What I'm going to do now is prepare to have some dinner and then just unwind. I'm making this course type thing with a colleague of mine. It's an idea that I had been sitting on since June, even before June last year, and I just didn't put in the effort to make it happen. And I'm working with this colleague now who seems like a very good person to work with on this course, and we're going to put together something for mainly medical students in the hospitals around us, but also you guys, if you wanted to tune in, we'd be very happy for that. I'm going to keep details about this course minimal, but make sure you guys have hit the post notification bell in order to make sure that you don't miss a thing. And I shall see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. What is one quote you live by? Is that really a question? The quote that I live by is, grab your tea and relax.